For many people, housing is the biggest monthly expense, and many don't realize that they can actually save a substantial amount of money on their monthly utility bills by doing a few things. And this will be especially pertinent, yes, let me use my big words. This will be especially pertinent come winter time, where the cost of utilities, electricity usually tends to go up.
Because the rent is too damn high, party. Rent, it's too damn high. We're working 8 hours a day and 40 hours a week to some a third job. Once again, why? You said it, the rent is too damn high.
So in reality, doing these couple things may combat the need to necessarily do a new side hustle. But if you do these things plus have a side hustle, then you are definitely winning. You get me?
By utilities, I mean gas, electric, and water. That's what I consider utilities. So as many of you know, I live on my own and have to pay all of my own bills by myself, and I currently quit a full-time job. So that was basically like $1,000 pay cut I took for every month, and so that was a big, huge cut in income that's coming in to help pay bills and stuff. So I needed to find ways to reduce as much as I possibly could my water and my utilities bill.
Some jobs are mad toxic, and you won't realize the demand or the toxicity of that environment until you actually get into it. So arguably the best financial tip, arguably, is to always have, let's say, at least 3 months of an emergency fund. Essentially, any deposit you're currently getting, whether it be allowance from parents or you are working, put 20%, 30%, whatever you can afford to do, directly into your savings account. That means over the years or over a couple of months, you have built up an emergency fund of at least 3 months. That means if your monthly rent is $1,000, you have at least maybe $3,000 to $5,000 or $6,000 saved up in your savings account. And then if you realize that the new job you currently have is toxic or you don't like it, the manager, we know they're definitely evil. Shout out to Burnicle Boy and Mermaid Man.
There's evil afoot.
What? Evil?
There are definitely evil managers and work environments out there, right? And the quicker you can realize it and not need that job per se, the better it will be on your job history. You won't have to explain why you quit to future employers, especially if the time frame was so short.
And it has definitely helped me save money on these bills, and so I'm going to give you 10 ways to do these things around your home to hopefully save you money as well. So number one of the easiest things you can do is unplug things. And I know you're just like, what? Like, that doesn't sound like it would help at all. And trust me, it's huge. So 1 month I got my utilities bill, my electric bill, and it was $143. That's a lot of money for just one person living here. So I was like, there's got to be something that I can do. So I went around and I unplugged pretty much everything except for my stove, except for my washer and dryer, and I haven't unplugged my living room TV because it's very hard to get back there, so I'm actually going to get a power strip. But other than that, I went around and I unplugged everything. I unplugged all of my lamps, I unplugged the printer, I unplugged the TV in my bedroom, I just unplugged everything, and that is because even when the stuff is plugged in, even though they aren't on, it's still using energy because it's still saying, oh, I'm plugged in, and so it's still using energy, which is going to drive up your electric bill. Now, it's super easy. If you need to use that item, all you have to do is plug it back in. So when I need that lamp back there, I just plug it into the wall and it works perfectly fine. Same for my
I like that one. That one is a top tier tip. It's so underrated. Like, you don't realize how much money you could save by literally just unplugging shit. Especially useful, right? If your rent is not all inclusive. So if your rent is inclusive, then maybe you don't really care too much about unplugging stuff. But if your lease only requires you to pay rent, and then you have to pay utilities and stuff separately, this is top tier tip, no cap.
No cap!
No cap.
No cap! No cap! No cap!
No cap.
No cap!
No cap.
Honestly, I'm not sure if she's gonna talk about it, but one hack that I've done, especially because I moved into a new place, I'm not sure if you have realized, but as of right now, I have to pay $2 anytime I use the washer or the dryer. So what do you think I'm gonna do? What do you think I'm gonna do? Am I gonna pay $4 each time I need to do laundry? No, I'm gonna pay $2. How? Pay $2 for the washer. Obviously, I can't really avoid using the washer. But the dryer, the dryer. What I'm gonna do, I'm already in the process of buying a clothing hanger or a clothing thingamabobber, right? So as a result, all I need to do is get the clothes, the wet clothes from the washer, hang it on the clothing hanger, and boom, I save $2 each time that I do my laundry. This is one of the things that I mean when it comes to you buy something now, but save more money in the long run. I think the clothing hanger is maybe $20 at the most, or so, $25. I'll pay $25 now, but how often do you think I'm going to do laundry in a given month or in a given year? At the minimum, at the very minimum, twice a month, right? So two times 12, 24. Times the $2 per washer, that's $48. So right there and then, I'm really saving at the very minimum, I'm saving at least $20 or some shit. I'm not sure my math is off. Maybe my math is off, but just know I'm saving money in the long run. Hello, Earthlings. Future Owolabby here. So to correct myself, upon review, my math was wrong. So a clothing rack on average will cost about $50. Laundry costs $4 with the dryer and the washer. And per month, a more realistic time frame is you do laundry once a week. So 4 times. So you do laundry 4 times per month. Therefore, in a year, it equates to 48. Okay? This is my math. So 48 sets of laundry times $4 equals 192. Therefore, 192 minus 50 on average is the cost of a dryer. You will save $100. This is give or take, obviously, the amount of clothes you have. I don't have too many clothes, so I'm pretty good. You may need to do a little bit more if you have a robust clothing or wardrobe, so to speak. There you go. Get you a clothing hanger and stop drying your clothes.
Same for my printer. When I need to use those things, all I have to do is plug it in, use it, and then unplug it again. It's super easy, and trust me, it cut down so much. My next bill, the very next month, was only $94, and that's the only change I made. So it made a huge difference. And if you don't want to necessarily have to unplug and replug everything back in every time that you use it, you can get a power strip that can flip on and off. It has a little button at the end usually, and you can plug those things in, and all you have to do is hit it off, and then it's off. It's basically unplugged. But if you leave it into the outlet in the wall, like your TV or your lamps or your printer or whatever it is, it's using up energy. So trust me, it makes a huge difference. Just go around your house and unplug things that can easily be plugged back in when you need to use them. Number 2, only use your dishwasher and or washing machine when you have full loads. Now, I mean like packed. So I only probably do laundry like every 2 weeks because 1, I have enough clothes to last.
Or wash it by hands. You know what I'm saying? Wash by hand. You know, at home, growing up, I was the dishwasher. There was no dishwasher. The dishwasher at home was used for storage. Our dishwasher was used for storage of the pots or utensils or some other shit. It was not used for washing. It was used for storage. My brothers and I, all 3 of us, almost forgot the 3rd one. All 3 of us were the dishwasher. We were the dishwasher, man. Okay, let me also add one more. Yo, the things we do to save money, eh? But as far as the water bill is concerned, right? Instead of using the shower head, right, and letting the water constantly flow, you could get a water bucket, right? Fill up the water bucket, cleanse, wash, all that stuff, all that jazz. Cleanse your lady parts or man parts. The butt crack too, definitely get the butt crack. And then you have like a cup or like a bowl type of thing, right? A butter bowl, some shit. And then so your main bucket is full, right? Main bucket is full. And then you just have a cup, and then when you want to rinse off the soap, boom, 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 boom. You say bear guap on the water bill. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Me that long, and I want my loads to be full, especially because I'm the only one doing laundry. It would be pointless for me to do laundry every week with such small loads of clothes. Your washing machine is going to use the same amount of energy if you wash 2 items compared to if you wash 12. So you need to make sure that your loads are full. That way you're using the energy of those appliances most efficiently. Same with your dishwasher. Sometimes it's actually more efficient to use your dishwasher than hand washing, because a lot of the time when we hand wash our dishes, we just leave the sink running. That's just unnecessary water flowing from your sink the entire time you're washing dishes. So over the week, if you would just put your dishes into the dishwasher.
Oh yeah, as far as washing from the sink, I don't usually leave it running. I wash the dishes, put it into the separate pile, right? The separate sink. Like there's 2 sinks, right? It's kind of like batching similar tasks together. You wash a certain amount until that part is full, then you rinse it, dry it, put it on the dishwashing rack, and then repeat the process. But I guess just in general, being more cautious of having your tap water running. And even, yo, it just brings me back to memories, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You love to see it. You hate to see it. You love to see it. You hate to see it. You actually hate to see it. You love to see it.
shout out to my parents, man. Shout out to my parents. But like when you're washing your tooth, or when you're washing when you're brushing your teeth, okay, when you're brushing your teeth, definitely brush your teeth, but also have a cup that you use to put the water in, and then you wash, you rinse, you gurgle, and then you fill it up again. Brush, wash, rinse. There you go, as well, right? Instead of leaving the water running or whatever, or whenever you're brushing, you close at least at the very most, whenever you're brushing, you turn off the tap water. You know? I've been out here in the streets, man. It's one thing to cut back on expenses, but these are the little things that people don't, I feel like isn't as popular when it comes to like saving money. You know what I'm saying?
And fill up your dishwasher and then run it once a week. That's actually a lot more water efficient for you to do that instead. So only use those appliances when there are full loads. Use natural light and turn off your lights. So this is a huge pet peeve of mine anyways. If you're not in that room, why is the light on? Just go ahead and make sure that you get into a really good habit of flipping the light switches off when you leave that room. Also, during the daytime, why don't you use natural light? Maybe your house doesn't have a lot of windows, but it does probably have a few. I have 2 really awesome big windows in the front part of my house, and that's the only light source I use during the day. And at night, it's actually a lot more efficient to use like a floor lamp than your overhead lighting. So most of the time, that little lamp back there, I just turn it on, and that's what I use for my light at night, there you go, backwards, in my living room instead of having my overhead light on. Plus, I'd rather have the dim lighting anyways. So try to use natural light as much as possible, and remember to turn off your other lights if you're not in that room.
And also definitely this is especially useful if you are someone who pays utilities, right? Using LED lights as opposed to those fluorescent high, I forget the difference, but because I don't pay utilities at the moment, but I know the experience, okay? If I was here and I was paying utilities, I would definitely switch all the lights in the place where I could do, and you have more of the energy efficient light bulb. So just, I guess, main thing is, does your place that you pay utilities in currently have energy efficient light bulbs all throughout the house? Even if you're renting it and you're paying utilities, it's definitely something to consider.
Use cold water, and I mean that for like laundry and stuff. 1, it makes your clothes last so much longer, and 2, unless you like went into some huge infected area, your clothes don't really need to be sanitized in extremely hot water every single time you wash them. So I wash all my clothes in cold water. That's the only thing. I don't use hot water at all to wash my clothes. Also, when you're like washing cups, you know, that you just drank water out of or something like that, you can use cold water to wash those. You don't have to use the hot water. So cold water is actually more efficient and is less expensive to use. Change your air filters often. And I know this might not seem like a huge one, but it actually is a lot more efficient if you change your air filters more often, because it allows your AC unit and your heater to work less hard, if that makes sense. So I change mine every 2 months, and I know that sounds like really often, but it actually saves me money because my air conditioning unit doesn't have to work as hard because my filter is nice and clean. My dad actually used to managed kind of in a way home building company, and he actually said that you should change it every month. I'm not gonna do that, I don't wanna spend that much money, but he said that it's actually a lot more efficient to do that for your AC unit if you change the air filter more often, and so in the long run it can save you money because your AC unit isn't working as hard. Set your thermostat colder and or warmer than what necessarily is comfortable. Trust me, your body will adjust.
Oh, and especially during the winter time. This is a Canadian problem, or people in more of the colder climates, the East Coast, because we're cold-hearted. Whenever you leave your house, why is the temperature still at 22? Who are you warming the house for?
Why?
Who are you warming the house for? If no one's there, why is the temperature still 22? Put it to 18. Put it to 17 or 19. But put it lower than the temperature it would have been if you were at home. You know what I'm saying? That's another way, okay? Don't say, yo, come on, this is an all-free game. Come on, bro. Come on. What y'all know about this shit, bro? I've been in these streets. Oh.
You don't know me. You're not God. You're not God.
Oh. When you leave the house, lower the temperature. That's it. Lower the thermostat.
So in the winter time, right now, I keep it anywhere between 67 and 70. If it's extremely cold and I'm just super uncomfortable, I might turn it up to 70, but I don't go any higher than that. And I usually keep it around 68, 69. That might sound cold for the inside of your house, but I have blankets, you can layer. I know you're inside your home and you want to be comfortable, but it actually saves a lot more money.
My dad is like, why are you complaining about the temperature when you don't have a hoodie on or no pants on? Put that on first, and then let me see how you feel. Why is your heater running if you only have shorts on and a t-shirt during winter time? Put on your hoodie. Get a heated blanket.
This is Anthony. He owns a big, shiny, fancy fucking four-wheel drive, but he doesn't know how to change a tyre. Harden the up, Anthony. This is Peter, and he drinks soy milk in his coffee. Oh, look at me. I'm lactose intolerant. Why don't you try a mugacino of Harden the up, Peter? This is Michael, and he won't go on a family holiday without taking his portable gaming console. Harden that, Michael. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Come here.
And in the summer, which is huge for Texas because it's miserable without AC in Texas, and 90% of the year it's hot here. So, you know, a lot of people want to have it 70, 69 degrees in their house when it is 100, 105 outside. But I keep my house generally in the summertime at like 75, 74 because it saves me money. My air conditioner doesn't have to work as hard. I'm not trying to keep my house ice cold, although it would feel amazing. I'm fine and I'm comfortable at 74 and 75. And it used to be kind of warm to me, but my body has completely adjusted and now I don't notice it at all. Also, don't turn your AC completely off if you're just leaving to go to work and then coming back the next day. I know you think that saves money, but it actually makes your AC, when you come back home and turn it back on, it makes your AC unit work harder. Let's say in the morning you got ready and your house was at 72 degrees, you turned it off and you left for work, and when you come back your house is all the way up to 82 degrees. That's 10 degrees your house now has to cool off, and your AC has to run that entire time while it's trying to cool your house off. So it's actually better to just turn your air.
I'm not sure about that part. I would still turn off the AC if I'm not there. If you're not there, if not, like same way like the heater, right? If you're not there, you're still gonna save money. I'm not sure about that part there, but why would you have your AC running if you're not in the house? You know what I'm saying?
Turn it down when you leave rather than completely turning it off. Now, with that being said, unless you're turning it off for a very long period of time, like for me, I kept my AC unit off for an entire month one time because the weather was just absolutely perfect outside, and that obviously was a big money saver. However, if I'm just leaving for the day or even for the weekend, I just turn it up 3 to 5 degrees. That way when I come home, it's not having to work extra hard to cool it or warm it back up to where I want it to be. Limit your water usage. That could be taking shorter showers. I know it feels awesome to just stand under the hot water. Trust me, I know, and some days you can obviously splurge on that, but try to reduce your showers as much as possible. Also, turn your water off when you're brushing your teeth. Turn your water off if you are hand washing a dish. You can rinse it, turn the water off. Soap it up, rinse it, turn the water off. You need to make sure that you're turning the water off more and more. That way you're saving it and you're not just constantly keeping it running. That also, for instance, like if you boil.
Y'all see this, bro? Y'all see this free game? It's one thing to not spend money on food, right? But all this extra shit right here at home that you can actually control more I guess you can still control food stuff too, but this is like the low-key, the sneaky way that utilities get so high. So again, being more cautious of your water usage. When you wash dishes, does this need to be running right now? When I'm brushing my teeth, does it need to be running right now? And you want to go a little bit, it's not, I won't say it's extreme, but if you want to go a bit more to the saving side, definitely have a water bucket in your bathtub and then like a bowl that you can scoop the water in and then brush yourself off when you are finished cleansing, so to speak.
Boil something in water, you don't necessarily just have to dump that water out. You could use that water to water your plants outside or something like that. You can always reuse the water for things like that. Another thing is turn your water heater down. So actually, if you go look at your water heater, it has, like, it should have at least a little dial to determine how hot you want your water. Do you really need your water available at 140 degrees at all times? No. So I know this is crazy, but when I read about this, I was actually like, let me go check. So I went to go look at my water heater, and my dial on my water heater was turned all the way to the maximum possible highest heat that it could be on, and I was just like, what? I do not need my water to be this hot at all times. And I could notice it because I would be washing dishes with hot water or something, and it would get to the point where I couldn't even put my hands under there. It would be so hot. There's absolutely no reason that my water needs to be that extremely hot all the time. So I actually turned my dial down a little bit. This is huge, and it can save you lots of money. Check for leaks. This is simple, but it can drive your bill up. That can be leaky faucets, leaking around your toilet, leaking in your bathtub. I did have a shower head that leaked, and I eventually...
Oh yeah, like even the windows, like if you can have like a window curtain of sorts, not just for like privacy, but also for like heat ventilation, right? Cold can more easily come into your room or into your premise if there's no like curtain of sorts that prevents the heat from, you know, escaping, so to speak, right? So having a curtain, like a more of a blind curtain, not just for privacy, but also for like heat protection, definitely top.
I got it fixed, and that saved me money. Also, look for leaks, for air leaks around your windows and your doors. If you're having your heater on and there's an open space in your door, you are literally paying to throw your heat outside, which absolutely makes no sense. So make sure that you are checking for leaks, and that's both for water leaks and for ways that air can escape your home. And number 10, I'm actually combining, which you could do like a few things. That's make sure you also are using energy efficient light bulbs. That can always help. And also, you can run your major appliances like your washing machine and your dishwasher in off-peak hours. You can actually call your company to see when their off-peak hours are, but it's actually less expensive to run those appliances during that time, and most of the time it's like at night and on weekends. That's the least busy time usually, and so I usually wash my clothes on the weekends at night. I know it's kind of inconvenient because in the dark, but obviously you can just flip the light on when you're in there real quick and then turn it right back off.
Yo, the shorty, she took me down memory lane, bro. Bare nostalgia. Nostalgia or nostalgia? I'm gonna go with nostalgia. But yo, all these things, it's one thing to make more money, right? It's one thing to make more money, have a side hustle, or be able to make money online through YouTube. But if you're throwing it away with all these other things, like where's your money actually going? Where is the efforts you're putting in to make more money actually going? You know, it's probably just going towards paying your utilities again. You know what I'm saying? So cut your expenses, always pay yourself first, so that you have an emergency fund. And also look at all these other things that we just discussed: turning off the water, unplugging the outlets in your house, and having a clothing hanger that you can use for your clothes when you wash them, as opposed to putting it in the dryer. You know what I'm saying? But yo, while you're here, watch my past video on how to get out of debt, credit card debt select. If you're someone who's currently in debt, you want to know how to get out of that a lot quicker, watch my past video right here. And also, another big component to losing money, so to speak, is definitely some form of addiction or dependency on substances like nicotine, alcohol, or marijuana. Links in the description for quality programs on how to quit. And you can also watch my marijuana video right here on arguably the fastest way to quit marijuana and deal with those withdrawal symptoms and detox appropriately. As always, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. And too much of any good thing is good for nothing. How you lot doing today? I'm doing more, saying less, and keeping that same energy. All facts, no cap. Bruv, I'm out. Deuces.
The Sixers like a trap boy with some style and charisma. Bro, put the fire to the drink up.
If I roll up on my ups, they might freeze. I don't run them back in my G's. Shorty a 10 out of 10, we might G. White Air Force to match the white tees. Them man only bad for the weekend. We don't ever front or pretend.